Hello, I'm here with Henderson Yarbrough Sr., and we're here to talk about him running for the position of trustee for the Village of Maywood. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, I'm running for trustee for the Village of Maywood, and I'm running on the Maywood United Party slate ticket with Ron Rivers and Rita Thester. I believe that with the three of us, based on our experience, we are the best candidates for the three positions.
Now, many have asked after being mayor, why run for trustee?
Well, that's a good question. Actually, it's not so uncommon. There's two other villages right here in Proviso Township where the very same thing is happening. We have the village of Westchester. We also have the village of Brookfield. Both have former mayors serving now as trustees for their village. And I'm assuming that they're doing it for the same reason that I am. And that is because I care about my village. I love this town. I've always been involved in the community. And whether I run for office or not, I'm going to continue to be involved. So when asked to serve as trustee, why not? It's not about the position. It's about the service. And that is why I'm running.
Absolutely. Now, someone running for such a position has to have many accolades to have this position. So tell us about some of the things that you've accomplished.
Well, during my tenure as mayor, we've got quite a bit done. Not as much as I wanted to, not as much as I would have, or not as much as I'm going to, even after being re-elected as trustee. But some of the things that we did get done, we brought over $17 million in funds or revenue to the Village of Maywood to improve our infrastructure. We resurfaced, reconstructed all of our main thoroughfares, or most of them. 1st Avenue, 5th Avenue, Madison Street, 9th Avenue, St. Charles Road, Lake Street, and part of Washington Boulevard, 19th Avenue. All have been either resurfaced or reconstructed. So we even started on paving some of the alleys in the Village of Maywood, and had a plan to go for more in increments, of course, because it's a personal financial situation that you have to do with the alleys. So a little bit at a time, we had a plan to concrete all of the alleys in the Village of Maywood as well. So we made some strides. We installed 77 cameras throughout the Village of Maywood, so that it would contribute to aiding the police department with solving crime when they can't always be on the scene when it happened, but with the cameras scattered throughout the village, oftentimes the camera is working when we're asleep.
Excellent. Now, they say to whom much is given, much is required. Now, you've told us about many requirements that you plan on taking care of, and especially the ones you've already taken care of. Mm-hmm. That'll be very valued by the citizens of Maywood. Tell us a little bit about the experience it takes to be mayor, as you were before, doing an excellent job at that as well.
Well, experience matters. It really does matter. Because the first time on any job, there are stumbling blocks. There are mistakes that you will make. There are errors in judgment. Many different things, but that's what experience is all about. And once you have got that experience, you don't make the same mistake twice. You have to learn, so to speak. And I'm not saying we stumble our way through the first terms, etc. But there are things that I would do a little different next time in order to save us some time or to save the village some effort, because I know how it works. I know the time involved in seeing these things through. So that's all behind us now. So we can hit the ground running, so to speak. We don't have to be trained to do anything. We already know. And the same is true with Rita and Ron Rivers. Ron is a 4-year trustee on the board now, so he got that experience. He's had a few knocks. Rita Esther served as village clerk, and she got some experience. She sat through every meeting that we ever had, taking minutes, etc. So the experience is there, and it matters, and that's what we'll use. Hit the ground running from day one.
Now, this has been your home for how many years?
Over 40 years I've lived in Maywood, and I care about this community. I am heavily invested in this village, and I intend to stay here. Don't plan to go any place. So therefore, I want to do everything I can just to continue to make it a better place, to improve the quality of life for all of the citizens of Maywood, and of course myself. I benefit because everybody else is benefiting. I can't help but benefit as well. We all rise together with the tide. So we, along with some of these improvements, we got land that's shovel ready. We took care of that during my first term in office. And so we look forward to better service to the citizens. That's one of the things that I want to concentrate on right now, is how can we better serve the citizens of Maywood with the limited amount of resources that we have for providing that service.
Absolutely.
And that too is where experience will play a good role.
Now, I've been hearing some issues about the Maywood Watergate scandal. Expand on that for us.
Well, I'm assuming that what you're referring to is some issues we were dealing with recently that had to do with maybe a possible theft of water by some of our village employees. That might be an ongoing case at this point. So I don't want to get into it too much because I don't have all of the facts. But what it dealt with was basically some of the employees of the village charging or overcharging some of the customers or citizens, I should say, for water, or the amount of water they use or did not use, and they was taking the funds and applying it to the water accounts of other employees, or friends of the employees in the village of Maywood. But that, I understand, is currently being investigated. As that's ongoing, one of the things I'm looking at also, during my tenure, we had water meters installed throughout the village of Maywood, brand new water meters.
Okay.
And because way back before 2005, when I first went into office, there was estimated water meter reading over and over, estimated. So when I came in, that was one of our goals, were to install new meters, and to the point to where we could actually read meters every month. Remotely. And this remotely. You did not have to enter a home, but you would be able to walk down the streets or drive down the street and read the meters of every home here without having to enter the home. So there would be no excuse for not reading the meters. Now all of a sudden, I don't know how long or why this is happening, but this is something that we'll be looking at. Why are they not reading the meters and giving people accurate readings and accurate billing? One of the things I would also do is, in addition to that, is I would investigate, or have staff to investigate themselves personally. Before you send a homeowner a $500, $800 water bill, you need to be concerned about that when you see it. That's a red flag, especially if their water bill usually is normally $50, $60, $70, $80, $90, $100. So don't shock every citizen with that kind of a bill without first notifying them.
Right.
that this is unusual, you know, what's going on at your house, you know, that type of thing. I personally have experienced in this past year, at least 3 bills. One was $800 and some dollars, one was $600 and some dollars, and one is $250. So, and it's just my wife and I that live here in my home. And I questioned it, but I have not. I paid the bills, but I have not paid. But I'm paying them under protest so that we can do a little further investigation. Thank you for listening to me. I'm asking you to go to the polls and vote for Ron, Rita, and me. Our punch numbers is 1, 2, 3. Look forward to seeing you at the poll. Look forward to working with you back in the village during this next tenure.